Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I am going to discuss my digital logic and designing semester project. So our project title is line following robot using combinational circuit. In this project, we are going to make a line following robot using combinational circuit by using four sensors, which are going to be infrared sensors. Our system will be able to detect the input using sensors, and then our combinational circuit will take the action to decide the output and then transfer this signal to the motors to turn left or right or to move straight depending on the inputs. So in this project we have the following specifications: design specification, high sensitivity by using four sensors, easy to design, easy to develop using combinational circuit, and low cost. In this project we are going to make a robot by using minimum four sensors, not less than four sensors. This is our task. So we have the following four inputs because we are going to use the four sensors. The position of the sensors are left sensor, right center sensor, and left center sensor. And we have only two outputs, which are left motor and right motor. Left motor is attached with the left wheel and right motor with the right wheel. So after this, now we have to design our truth table on the logic. Now here is the truth table of our design. In this design of line following robot, we have the following conditions: that whenever our left sensor or right sensor is on, then robot has to turn left or right. Or whenever our center sensors, both left sensor and right center sensor is on, then our robot is going to follow the straight path. Or whenever the left sensor or right sensor is simultaneously on, then our robot has to stop because both sensors are giving the high input. And whenever the left sensor is giving high input with the both center sensors or any one of the center sensor, then our robot has to take action according to the left sensor. So here our left sensor and right sensors are on the priority with respect to the center sensor. So on this logic we have the following truth table. You see that whenever we have the following, all our inputs are 0, then our output is 0 0. Our robot is not moving, it is straight. And when we have the center sensor is on, then our both motors are on because robot has to move straight. And similarly in third row you see that when our another center is on, then both outputs are high. And when similarly on the fourth row you see that when both center sensors are on, then our both outputs are 1 1. And now on the fifth row you see that when we have the right sensor on, then our left motor is on the high and right motor is 0. Because when left motor is moving, then our robot has to turn the right. So in this case you see that when right sensor is on, then left motor is going to operate, and when left sensor is on, then right motor is going to operate. After that you see that on the sixth row, when we have the right sensor on and simultaneously we have the center sensor on, so our only right motor is moving because we have given the priority right sensor on the center sensors. So this combinational circuit will take the action according to the right sensor. And simultaneously in the seventh row you can see that when we have the right sensor and center sensor is on, we have only the left motor on. And when we have the 3 on, in which right sensor is on left and both center sensors are on, then our left motor is only going to operate to turn the robot right. And now you see that when we have the left sensor on and all other sensors are 0, then our right motor is going to operate because we have to move our robot left. So right motor will turn the robot on the left side. and we have the right sensor on and center sensor is on, then our only right motor is on, because left sensor is on the priority with respect to the center sensor, so it will take the action according to the left sensor and simultaneously for the another rows. And now you see that when both left sensor and right sensor are simultaneously on, here we have the both outputs 0 0, because now this robot will take action according to the right sensor or left sensor, because both sensors are simultaneously on, so it will stop, not move straight, not right or not left. So for all the other inputs our outputs are 0, because now both left sensor and right sensor are simultaneously on, so we will not take any action and our robot will stop on this condition. So it is the total logic of our design of line following robot. Now after using this truth table, we can simplify our circuit by using the K-maps, Boolean expressions, or whether we can make our circuit using multiplexers. I am going to show you the both techniques. Here you see that I have used the K-map technique for left motor. We have the following 16 cells K-map, and here I have filled that K-map, and after this we have derived this equation for the left motor by using the K-map technique, and after this we have the following K-map 16 cells K-map for the right motor, and we have derived this equation for our. We have seen the technique of K-maps, that how we can make our combination circuit by using the K-map Boolean expressions, and now we will see another technique of multiplexers, that how we can make our this circuit by using multiplexers very easily. So here I have made the rudimentary logic of our inputs and outputs. I have selected the input right center sensor, which I can say that D input, and make this rudimentary logic with the outputs. Now you see that I have made the pairs of two inputs, so in total we have the 16 inputs, and by pairing the two we got our 8 inputs. So we will use the 8 cross 1 marks, because we have the total 8 pairs in this 16 inputs table. So now you see that for the first pair we have the same as the input, so I write for the left motor D and right motor also D. And for the second pair you see that our left motor is always 1 and right motor is always 1. And for the third pair you see that we have the left motor always 1 but right motor is always 0. And similarly so on for the all other pairs, left motor is 1 0 0 0 and right motor is 0 1 0 0. So after this you see that I have write this pair. For the left motor we have the following 8 inputs, which are D always 1 3 inputs, and next all other inputs are always 0. And similarly for the right motor we have the following 8 inputs of multiplexer, which are D1 0 0 1 1 0 0. Now using by this rudimentary logic and by using this technique I am going to implement this combinational circuit by using multiplexer, because now I am going to implement that combinational circuit by using the multiplexer, because when I have to make the PCB design, then it will be very easy for me to use 2 multiplexers rather than the multiple gates of Boolean expressions. So I am going to cancel the Boolean expressions, and now I am going to make our combinational circuit by using the multiplexers, 2 8x1 multiplexers. Now our all design work is completed, in which we have designed our logics and implement these logics using multiplexers. Now we have to check these logics on the Proteus whether they are correct or working or not. So I am going to make that circuit on Proteus by using the multiplexers. You see that I have implemented that circuit on the Proteus by using the 2 across 1 multiplexers, in which you see that we have the following 8 inputs, in which we have the always 1 and always 0, and our D input is acting as the inputs for the multiplexer, whether the all other inputs which are A, B and C are acting as the selection lines for the both multiplexers, and after that we have the active low enable. So now when I am going to run that circuit, you see that when all our inputs are 111 means that all the sensors are high, so our both motors are stopped because robot does not move anywhere. Now when I am going to give that input, the our A sensor, which is the left sensor, is high and both center sensors are on, so our left sensor is on the priority, so our right motor is moving because now our robot has to move on the left side. Similarly, when our A sensor is always high, our right motor is on. Now when I am going to high the B input, now you see that our B input is actually right sensor, so our left motor is now going to rotate because now our robot has to move on the right side. And similarly, when center sensors are on along with the right sensor, so our priority is to give the right sensor, so our left motor is on. Now when I am going to off the center right sensor and both center sensors are on, so our both inputs are going to rotate because now our both wheels have to move and our robot is going to follow the straight line. Similarly, when any of the center sensor is on, our both motors are going to operate. So we see that our designed logic is perfectly working in the Proteus, and now we have going to implement that circuit on the hardware circuit. So after this we have to make our circuit for the hardware. Now after the completion of truth table, we have to make our circuit on the breadboard to check it's working. So here I am showing you the pictures of the breadboard circuit that I have made on the breadboard. I have not the video of the breadboard working, so I am only showing the pictures that we have made on the Proteus. Here you can see that we have patched our circuit on the breadboard by using the two 8x1 multiplexers and 4 IR sensors. The input of the sensors are connected through the multiplexers, and then multiplexers give the output to the motor driver L298H bridge, and then the output of the driver is working as the input for the motors, and on that basis our motors work. So this is our circuit on the breadboard, and we have successfully patched our circuit, and our circuit is working correctly on the breadboard. So after the patching circuit on breadboard, our next step is to design the PCB. So first of all we have to design the PCB design on the Proteus and then on the now we have to make the PCB on Proteus. So here I am showing you the PCB design of our circuit on the Proteus that we have made finally. So now by using this PCB design we have to make the hardware PCB etching that has made by Sun and Kenneth. So from this I have shown you the pictures of our PCB design. Now using this PCB we have to make a drill on this tube so that we can solder our components on this. So first I am going to show you the drilling video. After successfully makes the drill on the PCB, we have to make our components soldered on this. So now I'm going to show you the pics of the soldered components on the PCB. Now I'm going to show you the hardware component that we have used in our line following robot. This is our L298H bridge motor driver, in which we have the following inputs: a 12 volt input from the battery and ground, and 5 volt is acting as the output from the driver, which is going in the combinational circuit. So after this we have the following inputs: input 1, input 2, 3 and 4, and 1 is the enable. So these are the inputs which are coming from the combinational circuit as the output. So combinational circuit is giving the input to the motor driver, and which after this we have the following four outputs from the motor driver: output 1, output 2, 3 and 4, which are connected to the motors, which are left motor and right motor, and on the basis of these outputs our robot is going to operate. After which we have the following DC motor which are connected with the tires of our robot, so we are going to use two these DC motors. After this we have the following Leon battery. One Leon battery is of the 3.7 volts, so by pairing the Leon battery we are going to obtain at least 8 volt, which are going to run our circuit. Now I am showing you the hardware of our line folding robot, in which you see that we have used the acrylic sheet to make the car body, in which we have the following two rear wheels and one our ball is used as the front, in which we have the following two DC motors connected to the left and right tires of the robot, and these are soldered with the wires, and we have the following two cell hold battery. After which you see that we have the PCB design of our that I have soldered the components on the PCB and placed it on the car. And now you see that we have the following four sensors, left, right, centers on the front of the robot, and it is our L298 motor driver, and these are all the wires connected to the input and outputs of the motor drivers, and I have placed this L298 motor driver on the Vero board that is placed on the car. So this is the assembly of our line following robot. We have also used the button for the on and off the robot. Now after this our final steps is to run this robot on the track. Is all our assembly is done, all the components, PCB and drivers are placed on the robot, and all the connections are successfully done according to the design. Now we are going to run this robot on the line track. चलाओ. Now you see that our robot is successfully working and it is successfully tracking the line. So this is all our project, and this is final assembly and test. So this is enough for today lab. In this video we will learn how we can make the line following robot by using the simple 4 IR sensors and combinational circuit. So this is the very simple procedure to design a line following robot, and you can easily make this line following robot in your homes by simply following these steps. Thank you.